Welcome to another edition of Fun with Finances. I'm your host, Deena Kobrin, and I am continuing my special series with financial educator, speaker, motivator, and author Neale Godfrey. We talked more about the Green Street Commons, and we were talking about the echo effect. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that echo effect is?
Well, it's interesting because the behavior of saving money and saving resources is actually the same. So I combined those two activities, and I created the echo effect, the greening of money. And eco is economics, saving money, and ecology, saving resources. And the whole idea is that together we can save money and save resources. And again, it's raising consciousness and changing behavior within the household.
That's very interesting. Some of the pieces that you have within Green Street Commons, some of the learning pieces in there, can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. One of the things that's exciting about Green Street's Common is what we're doing is we're combining the virtual world of gameplay through the apps with actual world of learning. So on one side, the kids, in essence, do chores within gameplay to earn money. But in real life, we have what we call job cards for parents and grandparents to work with their kids so that they can do jobs and earn money in real life. And then using the app after they do the chore, and mom and dad or grandma and grandpa give them, let's say, $1 for a chore, then they can hold the app over a job card, and through the use of augmented reality, we actually send $25 of in-game money into the game. So again, we're bridging the virtual world of gameplay with the actual world of doing and earning money.
Neale, you also contribute to Forbes Weekly and have some great articles there. Recently, I saw one about millennials and baby boomers and how they work together, and then things change. Do you think that these two generations can effectively work side by side?
Absolutely, they can work side by side, and we have to learn to work side by side. And frankly, every generation grumbles about the next generation coming in. And we have so much to offer each other. We would be nuts not to. And that's my thing. Figure it out. Understand how they work, why they work, what they are, who they are. And I'm saying it to both generations. Figure it out together.
Yeah, it was very interesting to me because we had baby boomers had a perception of millennials and millennials had a perception of baby boomers. And then it turned out after your research that really they want the same things. They just communicate differently, and we need to figure out how to effectively communicate with both parts,
exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. There was another article that initially didn't catch my eye, and that was Is Feminism Dead? And I was actually extremely shocked by your experience back in the Chase days. And could you tell me a little bit about this article? It was very interesting.
Well, I was hired as one of the first female executives to go through this training program, which is kind of the boot camp of learning, to be able to lend money. And they brought me in at the same salary that the men were, and then the head of personnel, who, by the way, was a woman, called me in and said, you're a young woman. You should not be earning what the men are earning. And we were earning $11,000 a year, and she reduced my salary to $6,500 a year, almost half.
Yeah.
And there was nothing I could do. And I said, what can I do to earn what they're earning? And she said, well, graduate first in your class. And I did. And I went back in, and she said, oh, no, we can't bring your salary up that much. Who told you that? And I said, you did. And she said, oh, no, can't do that. So it was what it was.
It's interesting because I have experienced many things like this in my career, and it must have been so difficult for you to just bite your tongue at that moment. I can't even imagine because you just think that's not fair. You want to kind of stamp your feet and say that is not fair. You promised me, but you couldn't do that. You needed to keep your job. You wanted to keep your job, and you wanted to move forward, and you wanted to prove them wrong, right?
Exactly.
So I commend you on that because I'm sure that a lot of other women who would be listening to this would not be able to contain themselves and kind of look the other cheek like you did. Neale returns with me next week on Trend Radio on 920 The Voice. I'm Deena Kobrin.